Grace of Shri Mataji, your respected brothers and sisters from the local Sahaj family. Salam sejahtera dari Malaysia. Warm greetings from Malaysia and from all our team members. Let us now very humbly bow and welcome Shri Mataji into our hearts with utmost love and respect for our Divine Mother, for all the deities within us, for our fellow Sahaj family, for ourselves and mankind in general. Now, with folded hands and with complete reverence, we will seek the permission from our Holy Mother, Puja Shri Mataji. We, your children from across the world, humbly mission, blessings, guidance, and protection to have this global online meditation. Shri Mataji, it is only by your divine grace and blessings and the will of God we are able to gather every week to worship your holy lotus feet collectively. And for this beautiful opportunity, Shri Mataji, we humbly and sincerely thank you from the core of our heart. Shri Mataji, our only and earnest desire is to please you, to attain our spirit, and to be your humble instrument in every way possible. Shri Mataji, salutations at your holy lotus feet again and again from all your children. Dear brothers and sisters, today we are honored and blessed to have a brother from Hong Kong, Brother Henshaw, Alex Henshaw, who's originally from Australia and he's traveled around the world along with Shri Mataji, and he's got plenty to share with all of us. And let's put our hands together to welcome our dear brother to share some experience and thereafter take on the meditation. Over to you, brother. Jai Shri Mataji.
Hey, Shri Mataji, thank you very much. Today I'd like to share a little bit about being close to Shri Mataji, because I think a lot of people haven't had that opportunity to be with Mother in close proximity, and also some people haven't seen Shri Mataji. So I wanted to share some experiences that I have, which for which I was very fortunate when I first came to Sahaj after a year in Sahaja Yoga, through a lot of I guess fortunate events. I ended up living or getting asked to stay with Shri Mataji in her London house, and that was a house in a place called Brompton Square, which was in South Kensington, very, very close. It's SW3, so it's Southwest London 3, so it's an inner suburb, very close to the inner circle of London. She had a Georgian terrace house there, which was about 5 stories high, and at that time she was preparing the house for sale. So, and there was some renovation work going on with the house. So just by chance, I was in London. I traveled over after India tour. After getting realization in Australia, I was in Sahaja Yoga for about a year, and then I was able to after the India tour travel to London, which I wanted to do, take a year off between school and university, after university. After graduation, I thought before I start working, I'll take a year off. Anyway, so I ended up getting asked to come to Shri Mataji's house with some other yogis to help to do some work. And then after we finished the work, Shri Mataji invited us up to have afternoon tea. And that's the first time I've been very close to Shri Mataji, where Shri Mataji was sitting in front of me. There's just a table, coffee table, and then Shri Mataji was sitting on the sofa. So she was pouring tea for us, and she, was just I was sort of just in total awe because the vibrations were so strong in the house. It was like going to a puja. The vibrations was just pouring out, and Shri Mataji's beautiful demeanor and smile, and just the warm motherly quality that she pouring you sort of tea, offering you tea, and asking if you want some sugar. She said, yes, you need sugar because your liver's a little hot. So she's just giving me a little bit of advice. And then in the end, she asked me what I was doing. And at that stage, I was en route to go to Germany because my Iraqi sister had traveled to Germany with her husband and family, and they'd settled in Munich. and she asked if I'd like to come across to help with Sahaja Yoga in Munich. So I thought Mataji would be very pleased, and I said, "Oh, Mataji, I'm going to Munich to help with Sahaja Yoga there." And Mataji frowned and said, "Germany, it's a horrible place, horrible vibrations." She said, "Better not go there." She said, "Better stay here." And when she said stay here, she meant stay in her house, which I didn't know. And then I went afterwards. The leader came and said to me, "Oh, you must have done something incredible in your last life to deserve to be able to live with Mataji." I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Oh, Mataji wants you to come and stay with her in a house." And I said, "Really?" Um, Not being sort of so aware of all the protocol, I was kind of a bit scared because I didn't know all the sort of protocols around mother, because I hadn't had that opportunity to be with Mataji. And I was asking, what should I do? And they said, don't talk to mother, just listen, just nod your head and listen, don't speak much. And I said, okay. So anyway, I moved over, and then the first night I went to bed quite late, and then I wasn't sure about the routine, what I should do, but I slept in till about 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get up very early for meditation. I came downstairs and Mataji was already up, and she said, how are you feeling? And I said, Mataji, I had such a deep sleep. I couldn't wake up. She said, yes, you were very tired, but she said, tomorrow you need to get up for meditation. When you're in my house, you must meditate. You have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and meditate. So that was something which I had to do every day. Didn't matter what time of the night you went to bed or early morning. Most nights I didn't get to bed, until well after midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. And then a few hours sleep, get up in the morning, 4 o'clock meditation, and then Mataji would be up and they'd be meditating and be very strong vibration, and then you'd start the day, and then you'd have to sort of do whatever mother wanted in the day. But my routine started off, and mother said, "Oh, you can make me breakfast." And I said to Mataji, what do you want me to prepare for your breakfast? And she said, "No, I'll have an egg. You can boil an egg, but take the yolk out, because I'm not eating the yolk. I'll just have the whites of the egg." And she said, "You can give me some, there's some frankfurts." She said, "I'll have the frankfurts, and I'll have tea." And so this was like a protein. This is a long time ago. So this is back in the 80s. And this is like a high protein diet. She had some cheese, some eggs, and some sausage. And that was what I was preparing for quite some time, every day, and slight variations on things. But every day I'd bring the breakfast up, I'd bring it to Mataji, and she'd have her tea, and then she said, "Sit in the room." So I would sit there, and then she'd be talking. She'd ask me questions, and then I'd answer when I was spoken to, of course. And then gradually, my feeling, she just made you feel so at home. She made you feel so relaxed and so peaceful, and in her presence you're just completely thoughtless. So my mind it was just all the time in a blank state. I was just blissed out all the time, and that feeling, that loving feeling of mother, just permeating your whole being. And it's something that just, when I think back to that time, it just makes me feel joyful, because you're in this cocoon of vibrations around your mother, and you can't imagine anything else, because you're just in the center of the universe. It feels like you're in another dimension, and the vibrations were so strong, and it really, really opens your heart. And then you can feel a lot of things working out. So Mataji worked on me quite a lot, and she was always asking me, now what do you feel on the vibrations? And I'd be feeling some catches. I said, I feel this catch. She said, yes, now work with a candle. You need to do this. She gave me advice about, what I needed to do for clearing. Put the ghee up the nose. She said it's very important. So one time she prepared some ghee for me, put my head back, and she put big spoonfuls of ghee in my nose. And then it was like, it wasn't just a few drops from a bottle. It was like literally teaspoons of ghee going through my nose, and then not one or two, she's putting 3 or 4. And then the ghee's sort of drowning me in the back. My head was back, and then ghee's flowing over my eyes. It's in my eyes. And then she's laughing. She said, "Now this will clear your hamsa." And she was just enjoying sort of, working. And then she gave me a head rub and rubbing my head and pulling the hair and really vigorously rubbing the head. And she said, "You need to massage the head very, very vigorously to open up your sarastra, open up the pitas on the head and massage. And then all the points are very important because that'll help to clear all the chakras." So when mother gives you a head rub, your sarastra just opens up, your kundalini just blasts up, and you're just floating. You're just like in another dimension, floating around in this blissful state. And that lasts for a long time, because you're in this complete cocoon of vibrations in mother's house. And it's just like it's hard to describe. It's like another dimension where there's just no thoughts coming in. There's no negativity affecting you. There's just this incredible feeling of love, harmony, blissful feeling. It just flows all the time. So this is the experience around mother. The other amazing thing is that you just realize how compassionate mother is, because many people would come to visit her. She'd ask about, how is your father? How is your mother? And is your brother all right now? She'd know each and every person and all the details of that person's and the family and the parents. She had this incredible compassion and love for everybody, all her children, taking care of them, worrying about their job, worrying about their situation, if their health was not okay, if their father's health was not okay, or the mother's health was not okay. She'd be asking, she'll do this for your mother. You must help her. She's getting elderly now. Even though she may not have been a yogi, but she was very concerned about, the well-being, the total well-being of people. And this was to really minute details where she'd basically ask, about their situation, personal situation. And then sometimes people would come and they're very caught up, and she would blast them and say, "You're full of negativity. Look at this, go and do a mudka treatment, just clear yourself out. Why are you coming before me like this?" So she get upset when people would just roll up and they're caught up, they're not doing the meditation, they're not clearing. So it made me realize just how important it is for us to be good instruments. Because if we're not in a good state vibrationally, then the divine power can't work through us. And that transformation it has to come from within you, but that transformation has to flow to the rest of the society, to the people around you, to the people where you work. So this manifestation of divine vibrations, we're her instruments. So we have to keep our instrument in good order. It made me realize that is really a very important aspect of being a yogi, is that we have to practice and become stable and to become deep in our experience of Sahaja Yoga. Because if we're just sort of having a meditation which is sort of up and down, and our thoughts are coming, and we're bothered by all these mundane things coming to us, then we'll miss that opportunity to touch the divine, to touch that divinity within us. And it was so much easier being obviously in meditation around Shri Mataji, but it gave you a perspective of where we need to be. So from that point, I realized that actually I was progressing very, very fast in that environment, elevating you up to a high state of consciousness. And that state of consciousness was something you needed to maintain. And it was easy to maintain around Shri Mataji, but the challenge was when you go out of that environment, then you feel all this stuff, coming at you. So I'll give you one example. We went to Shri Mataji said, we're going to a public program. So there was a driver that was driving. She said, "Come with me." So I accompanied Shri Mataji in the car. We drive to the venue and we went to the program. And I was sitting, I looked after Shri Mataji, poured water, and then afterwards one of the ladies was helping, so I stepped back and I sat back behind the people in the back part of the hall. And then Shri Mataji was saying, now yogis should come and give vibrations to the new people. And I felt that she was looking at me and come along, come on, everybody can come and help if the people haven't felt it. And there was one guy put his hand up, said, I didn't feel anything. And some others said people should help the ones that can't feel it after the realization session. So I approached this guy and I said, oh, you weren't feeling it? I said, I'll try and help you. So I started giving the guy, a bundan and bunning myself and, just quickly. And then without, because it's a public program, it's a little hard to do. So I just put a bundan on my hand. And then I started giving him vibrations. And then it was like I just sucked in all of his negativity at once. And it was just unbelievable amount of stuff that just went into me. I could feel all my chakras blocked. And then I had a horrible headache. And he said, oh, I feel fantastic. I can feel it now. And I said, oh, that's good. And then I just fell back behind him in the chair. And I had this splitting headache. And I was sort of feeling like, like I was just completely absorbed all this horrible negativity, and I felt really, really bad. So I was very conscious of, that I have to go in the car with Shri Mataji after the program. So the program went for a long time. And this is the other thing that Shri Mataji was working on everybody. People would come up and she'd give them vibrations, she'd clear them, she'd, crick their necks, she'd rub their sarastraras, she would do so many things to, massage their neck and help them, and one after another. And this went on for hours. So we're talking about 2 hours after the program, Shri Mataji's working, and until everybody had finished. And then she said, now we can go. And then I, because my head was splitting, I was getting a migraine headache. So anyway, we went to the car and I was sitting in the front seat. Shri Mataji was directly behind me. So I'm sitting there with my head throbbing. And then all of a sudden, I felt this whack on the back of my agya, the back agya. And Shri Mataji had reached forward and slapped me on the head. And it was like something fell out of my agya, like a block of negativity just fell out. And then all of a sudden my head was feeling lighter. And she said, what's wrong with you? And I said, Shri Mataji, I gave this person vibrations at the program. She said, no, no, no. She said, you shouldn't be giving anybody vibrations because you're so clear, you'll just absorb all the negativity, which is exactly what happened. She said, when you're living with me and in my house, she said, you have to be very careful not to absorb this negativity that's around you. So she'd have to be very careful not to give vibrations to anybody when you're living with me, because otherwise the negativity will try and find a way to trouble me. And then it comes to the yogi, and then you get caught up, and then then I'll be troubled by the negativity. So afterwards, she mixed up when we got back to the house. She mixed up icing sugar with ginger powder, and she mixed it up with her hand. She got a spoon, and then she gave me, spooning it in my mouth. And this ginger powder with icing sugar was burning my burning my mouth. And then I, was trying to sort of eat that, and then she put another spoon in, and then my whole head was exploding. But I tell you, after that, I felt this clearing going right down into my liver, and all this stuff sort of clearing out of my head, sort of feeling a lot better and clearer. And then I did a foot soak and tried to clear myself so that I'd be okay. But it was like an example of when we're in a very good state of vibrations, we have to also protect ourselves and be aware that sometimes people that are negative, they come and then you can absorb their negativity as well. So just to be aware that when we're in a good state of vibrations, to try to maintain it, to be aware about people around you, and that sometimes you've got to protect yourself, when we're out, going out and doing stuff. But certainly when after a puja and when we're in this state of vibrations, it's good to be somewhere we can just sit and absorb those vibrations, and then go back to a place and rest, and just to take it easy rather than rush around. So I know sometimes after pujas, people are rushing around, they're going out for dinner, they're doing this, they're doing that. But it's good just to sort of settle down and be quiet, absorb those vibrations, go back, take an early rest, and just take it easy, not to stress yourself too much, and also enjoy that state of vibrations. So these are just a couple of stories, and there are many more miracle stories. I wrote some stories in the miracle books, where Shri Mataji had performed miracles in front of my eyes, which was pretty amazing. I'll tell you one quickly, and then maybe we can start with a meditation. So one story was, every time Mother had these beautiful silk handmade cashmere silk carpets, the Kashmiri traditional tribal rugs, and they were all silk, beautifully handloom silk. So every time she'd walk across this carpet, the colors would change as she walked across. It's like a constant sort of movement. It was like when you turn a carpet around one way and the other way, a silk carpet, you can see different hues in the light. But she would walk across this, and then I'd observed this a couple of times, and then one day she was walking across, and I just stood a little bit behind, just watching as this color just went across to the end of the carpet. As she walked across, it was just a little bit in front of her. It was like the vibrations were changing the colors. And then at the end, she turned around and she looked at me and she said, yes, the carpets respond to my vibrations. And she said, these are handmade carpets. And because they're made with such love, they respond to vibrations, and they're handmade natural materials. She said, all natural materials will respond to vibrations. And she said, there's a carpet upstairs, which is made by, it's an antique cashmere carpet, beautiful rug. And she said, this rug has been made by a realized soul. She said, the vibrations are very special from this rug. She said, come along and I'll show you. And so we went upstairs, and there was a room upstairs called the Jade Room, and there was all green jade, and this carpet was green and blue. It's beautiful colors, and this suited this room. There was some Chinese furniture in there, jade pieces and sculptures and vases. So it's like a Oriental flavor, a Chinese sort of flavor of decor. Anyway, she put her hands towards this rug, and it was a smaller rug than the one she walked across. So this is a smaller sort of maybe 6 foot by 4.5 feet or something like that. So she put her hands to the rug, and then the whole colors just moved ahead and changed just from her putting her hands towards the rug. So she said, this one, the vibrations are more, it responds more to vibrations because it's made by a realized soul. So it made me aware that all of these, she had a lot of beautiful things in the house, sculptures, handmade things, porcelain, beautiful decorations, carvings. So she had this incredible eye for beauty and details, and enjoyed the vibrations. And because these items and these artworks and all vibrations. And she said, when something is made with love and dedication and devotion, she said it creates vibrations. And she said if it's done with handmade things, they'll have a lot more vibrations than machine-made things, of course. So she encouraged everyone to buy handmade things. And the other thing that she said is, when we were looking, I mean, we were going out shopping, and she's looking for pure wool, pure cotton, pure silk. And she was saying it's so hard to find clothes nowadays which are 100% pure cotton, 100% pure wool and pure silk. They're all blended with synthetics, and it's also vibrationally not good for the body when you have all these artificial things like, nylons and polyester and all these other fibers, which drain the vibrations out of you. They actually suck energy from your body, so they're not very good from a vibrational point of view, and also energetically they sap you. So these are always a concern when we have artificial things. And Shri Mataji made a point of trying to always find things which are natural fibers, natural things, no plastics. And in the 80s, she was saying, these plastics are a big problem. They're going to create big problems in the future. We're talking about, the early 80s. And nowadays, we see all the problems that have come in with plastics, these microplastics, which are going in the sea, which are going into the food, which are in the soil. We're breathing them in, and they're just everywhere. They're in our tissues, and they're getting, across the placenta when the baby's in the womb. It's picking up these plastics and all these other horrible things. So it just gives you an idea that, the divine is already seeing ahead and looking and seeing the problems that we have, which are all man-made. So, that's important that we support, these arts and crafts, clothing, which is naturally made, natural materials, and not these synthetic things. So a lot of these traditional looms that used to make the saris and the handloom kurta pajamas, they used to make those khadis. She always encouraged us to buy them, especially when on the India tours, because they were handmade, and the vibrations are much better when we wear these handmade things. So what I'd like to do now is just to imagine, to sort of lead it a little bit of a meditation, that we can just bring our attention and focus like we were in Mother's house, and we can imagine Shri Mataji in front of us. And this is basically Mother sitting on a settee, we're sitting at her lotus feet on a carpet, and we're just sitting there and enjoying the vibrations flowing from Mother. So imagine that we're just in that ocean of love, that ocean of compassion. And we can bring our attention by raising our Kundalini up. We just raise it up, put ourselves into bandha, and just bring our attention to the Sahasrara. It's high up. And again, bring the attention all the way to the top of the head and tie a knot. And 3 knots. And a nice bandhan. When we're doing this, just always keep your attention inside. It's not just a ritual that we do this. And I've seen so many people just carelessly putting ourselves into bandhan. We need to really put our attention at Sahasrara and just feel the flow of vibrations across. Just bring your attention, put your hand on the Sahasrara, close your eyes, and just in your imagination, we're sitting in front of Shri Mataji in Mother's house. Shri Mataji is sitting, and we're just enjoying that beautiful flow of vibrations which are coming from her feet. Her feet are pointing towards us as she sits. She's taking us to our Sahasrara, bringing the Kundalini as it moves up through all the chakras. It's coming on the top of the head, and we just enjoy that flow of energy. You can ask, Mother, please come into my head. Mother, please come into my heart. Please open my Sarastram. Mother, you're the ocean of love and compassion. You give me nourishment. You give us joy. You've brought us into the kingdom of heaven. Please elevate us. Please keep us in this beautiful vibrational awareness. That we feel your love, we feel your presence. We enjoy every minute of our time on this earth. That you've given us the blessing of the divinity within us. You've given us the blessing of the connection with this divine power. It brings us to the reality of life. It takes away all the illusions, all the myth of ego, the myth of our conditionings, of our mind, our intellect, the illusion of this world. Please take away all the illusions that stop me from becoming my pure spirit. Take away all my useless thoughts and worries. Keep me in a pure, thoughtless state so that I can manifest the divine power within me and that I can connect to this source of divine love and be your instrument to bring about the transformation of humanity on this earth. Please allow me to be an instrument of your love. Please humble me down so that my ego is dissolved and that all the restrictions of my conditionings and habits have dissolved. Please uplift me so that I can be your pure instrument to do your work on this earth. Let's push our attention above our Sahasrara. Raise the Kundalini from the base of the hand, base of the body with the right hand, breathing in. Touch the top of the head, just focus there. We can lift the hand above the Sahasrara. Just lift it up as high as you can feel your Kundalini. And just establish our attention and focus where the hand is above the head. You start to move into the higher states of consciousness. Sri Bindu, Sri Bindu, and Sri Valaya. As we move up into this higher consciousness, you start to become dissolved in this ocean of love. We lose the sense of who we are, the identity is that as one with the divine. Now in this mood, this beautiful silence, we'll watch the talk of Shri Mataji with our full attention and focus, keeping our attention above our Sahasrara. We can enjoy that blissful feeling while we watch Mother's talk.
Today we have gathered here to do the puja of the Devi. The Devi has many forms, but it's the embodiment of the Shakti. Adi Shakti gives Shakti to all these embodiments. And so there are many goddesses we have. At different times they came on this earth and did all that was necessary for the ascent of people who were seekers. Especially the one we know of, Jagadamba, the Durga. She was trying to protect all the seekers of truth and to destroy all evil forces. Because without the ascent of human beings, they do not know the truth. And that's why whatever they try to do is a mental projection. And this mental projection, if it is not substantiated by truth, by dharma, it declines. In Sanskrit they call it glani. When this glani takes place, then incarnations are born to solve the problem. In all incarnation of the goddess, there have been very much incarnated satanic forces. They had incarnated, and she had to fight with them and destroy them. But this destruction was not for the destruction's sake, that the evil forces are to be destroyed, but evil forces always try to put down the seekers, put down the saints, try to harm them, sometimes even destroy. All these destructive forces do not come at the same time, normally. At different times. It's easy to handle. But the aim of the incarnation is to save, to protect the people who are seekers, because they are the most important people in the realm of spirituality. All others are nothing but dust, good for nothing, useless. If they are not seeking the truth, in the eyes of God, they are just useless lives that have come and will be finished. They have no value, and they have no dignity, they have no understanding of anything. So, in the judgment of the divine love, we have two types of people. One who are seekers of truth, and the another who are not. They may be good people, they may be nice people, they may be doing lot of good work, social work, this work, missionary work, every sort of work they might be doing. But if they are not seeking the truth, then they do not come to that category where God has to incarnate. So try to understand the preciousness, the importance of seekers. And that's what you have been seeking. Very few persons, if you take the percentage of seeker, is very, very wee bit. But it's very important, because, say, one little part of gold is much more valuable than bonds of steel. In the same way, a seeker is much more valuable in the growth of spirituality. The whole universe was created, whole atmosphere was built, all the evolution took place for what? That human beings should know the truth. But in the modern atmosphere, it's a very big curse. I think the greatest evil than all the Shumbani Shumbas and all that. The worst of all is materialism. Because materialism makes you gross. In your seeking also, when you are rising, subtly that materialism catches you. I've been noticing this. When people come to Sahaja Yoga, right, they are going deep into themselves. They are understanding what I am saying. All the inner knowledge they want to know, what is called as Atmagyan. Atmagyan means two things: the knowledge about the spirit and knowledge about yourself. All this they find out and they know what it is. This state is the state for which people have been doing all kinds of things, going to the Himalayas, meditating in the cold without much clothes on them, living in the caves with some fruits. All kinds of tapasyas they would do because the seeking was so deep, so urgent, and they could not get out of that force of seeking. But in the modern times, materialism retards that hankering, that dedication. It's maddening for people when they are seekers. I've seen before coming to Sahaja Yoga, people spend a lot of money, go to various places, go to Himalayas, go to Nepal, go to Japan, all over the places they are moving. But after coming to Sahaja, after they have become the spirits, for the growth of your new awareness, the progress is retarded. Also, one should understand that after so much of running about, you find something so precious, so you settle down and you feel very satisfied about it. That part is all right. But what later? Your growth should not stop. And that stops because of one of the main reasons is materialism. Because of materialism, your faith in yourself is also less. Now, as you have seen that the gods prayed to the goddess and she came and killed all the negative forces. The reason was the earnest desire of the gods compelled her to take incarnation. Such sincere desire ascent that they could not get sometimes food, even water, and they worked so hard for their ascent, which was disturbed by negative forces. So their call was so from the heart, so desperate and genuine and sincere that the goddess had to take birth on this earth to save them, to protect them, to look after them. But as it is, we see, once you have reached a destination, you feel now better settle down. Now, what do we settle down with? If after getting realization you are complete, you are in totality, you are absolutely one with reality, there's nothing to be done. You become a saint. And a saint does not need any advertisement, does not need anything. His message spreads, people see him and know he is a great saint. So many saints did not even leave their houses. The very common saying in India, your takya you should not leave, that the pillow on which you are resting, you should not leave. That was the criteria of a guru. Those who have to seek should come to the gurus and climb up at least 6-7 miles up, and then the guru doesn't meet anyone. He may slap you, he may hit you, he may drop you from that high mountain. He'll take your test by so many ways. Ultimately, he may select one person to give realization. So this hankering, this desperate effort was all the time there. Now, so we come to Sahaja Yoga in this modern time. Sometimes I feel that not only Sahaja Yoga is very easy, also it is extremely pampering. You know you have got realization. You all know that you are better than others, that you have got rid of so many problems and that now you have become master of your own. Then the responsibility that you have towards yourself and to your fellow men reduces, because you feel very satisfied with yourself. The other day some Sahajogini rang me up. They ring me up for everything. She said that I went to the doctor and he put radiation and they found I was pregnant, so what should I do about the baby? For such a small thing, they will ask, what should be the name of our son? What is this, what is that? I have to do much more work than any priest has to do. Little things they are worried about. All right. That part is all right. That I have to tell you what is to be done at such a point or what should we do. If they miss the train, they'll telephone to me, Mother, we have missed the train, now what to do? So I have to tell them, all right, give them a bandha. That also I have to tell them. Or supposing their father is sick, he has a heart trouble. Then they'll telephone to me, Mother, my father is sick, he has a heart trouble, he is not a Sahaja Yogi, what can you do about it? So mother has to put attention to his father who is not a Sahaja Yogi. Small things they write to me. Such small things that you can't imagine how they do not understand what I am here for. Still, I have never said that it's a stupid thing to ask me, you should not waste my time, never. But it's to be seen now that if you do not value yourself as realized souls, you cannot value my time also, or what is myself. This incarnation can be wasted completely because of this materialistic attitude. In these modern times, I don't know what's gone wrong with human beings, because the most important thing in your life is to ascend and to grow. Take a big vision of the whole thing. Why this universe was created, why you were created as human beings. What was the need to do all these things? For what is it done? If you have a very big vision of the whole thing, then try to locate your position. Where am I? And then how the divine has selected me. And now I've become a Sahaja Yogi. So now what is my responsibility? That one has to see. But on the contrary, I have seen people who are saying have a transfer. So they'll telephone and ask whether should we take our chair or not. That shows they have no value about themselves and no value about me. Both ways. Because they are asking such small things, such silly things, that is impossible to understand how could Sahaja Yogis ask such questions. In the perspective we can see the goddess. She comes on this earth in different forms at different times to save the seekers of truth and to work out the ascent of the seekers of truth. Can you imagine? A very big difference in the incarnation of the goddess before Kali Yuga, while now. It's a very different thing that you have come on this earth to become the Sahaja Yogis. You have to have a body, a mind, feelings, everything which is just charged with spirituality, charged with spirituality. Should be normally. Because how many years in the past you have been seeking God? Then that you came here. What a coincidence. But then what is it? When you have such a great advantage that you have come to Sahaja Yoga because of your seeking, and now you have found this satisfaction out of it, what is the responsibility that you have? That the incarnation itself has come on this earth not only to protect you, to nourish you, and to kill the demons. No. She has come on this earth to tell you about everything that is subtler inside and to tell you what should be your relationship should be outside as well as inside. You were never connected with truth. You were never connected with this all-pervading power. You were never connected with God Almighty. So, one has to understand that what a great thing has happened, that out of me only this Kundalini has come out, and she has touched these higher centers. How? This was not done before. No. They were just protected. They were just looked after. Nowhere it is written that Goddess has given realization to people. Nowhere. She is responsible. She can give. One of her names is that. I'm not one, but at least 10 names are that she gives you your nirvana, that she gives you your freedom, that she introduces you to liberty. All these things are written, but what's happening now is that people have not yet been able to grasp the value of their life in the modern time. See the way people ask questions. See the way people, the inquiry is on. The way people are worried. Now my child is big. What should I do? What should you do? Child is big, put him to school, do what you like. Mother, will you please tell where to put the child? Then you put the child. Have you seen the school, mother? No, I haven't. then you go and inspect the school. Imagine Kali Mata doing that. She would have given 2 nice tight slaps, I tell you. Anybody who would have said that, what do you make out of? But to that detailed extent, a motherhood has to work. You won't do that for your own child, I know. But when it comes to children, what are they doing? Still materialistic. Today especially is a very great day of the Dashera. This is the day when, as you know, Ravana was burnt. Effigies of Ravanas are burnt all over the place. When Sri Rama came, this was done. His victory. But in his victory, it was not that he made Yogis or he gave realization. No. His victory was that he killed Ravana. That was done that time for today's preparation, for today's happenings. It was done long time back. That these days will come when people will have proper value system of victory of Sri Rama. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Because this incarnation of Mataji Nirmala Devi is very different, very elusive, Mahamaya. So you are left to yourself, do what you like. Whatever you like, you can do it. So they will ask me, Mother, we have a problem. I said, what? We don't know which kind of chairs we should buy. For every small thing, they refer to Mother. But for important thing, never. Sort of a funny use of the whole thing has started, which is so great, so important, is used for something absolutely nonsensical. So see the difference between the incarnations. One incarnation comes on this earth to save the people, to bring them out of the mire of Maya. But another incarnation which has come is not only just to talk about it, but to give you your realization and then to look after your small things. So when this lady telephoned and asked me, what should I do? Please, Mother, cure me. It's a very different attitude between the bhaktas of those days and the bhaktas of today. There's a very big difference. I said, you never asked me when you did all that, doesn't matter. Now whatever you have done, it's better. I see the child, look after the child, put the child right, everything, but you come along. But then I realized that this woman is so attached to her child. And I telephoned to the leader and he said, it's terrible attachment. It's a terrible attachment to the child. So now from one nonsense to another nonsense. This incarnation has such variety of jobs to be done. I mean, even the 64 kalas, the 64 expertise of Sri Ganesha is not sufficient to solve this.
Keep our meditative state, bring our attention up to the Sahasrara again. A hand on the Sahasrara. Focus again. Let's bring our focus above the Sahasrara with the right hand. And slowly bring the hand down once we establish the focus above the Sahasrara. You can take Shri Mataji's 3 great mantras. Om Vameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrara Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. we can keep our attention at Sarasara, and we'll do sing Aarti to Mother. You can stand to sing the Aarti.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने दिए अवतार माँ, कितने दिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर की कर दिया उजियारा माँ, कर दिया उजियारा। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की Shri Mahalakshmi Saraswati Mahakali Trigunaatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasra Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi ki Jai
So we can thank Shri Mataji for all the blessings that she's given us. We thank her for our self-realization. We thank her for all the love and all the powers that she's given us and all the things that she's done for us over so many years. And we pray in our hearts that we can all become very strong and powerful yogis, that we can bring this light into this very dark world. We pray for peace, for harmony and balance, and for all these negative forces that are acting in the world, this demonocracy that's flourished for so many years, that all this Kali Yuga will end and that Satya Yuga will be fully established, and that we can enjoy the kingdom of heaven on this earth with all the brothers and sisters at the lotus feet of our Holy Mother. Jai Shri Mataji. We can all finish by raising our Kundalini and putting ourselves into Bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji. You're welcome to stay online and just enjoy the vibrations. We can listen to some bhajans maybe.
Thank you, brother. Relaxing show. Still very meditative, and we'd like to thank Shri Mataji for sending you at the right time during Navaratri festive season, for leading this session. It was such a joy, and you feel the bliss of oneness with the divine, with this beautiful meditation and awesome sharing. I'm sure all our brothers and sisters will enjoy this session, and we will continue to listen to it again and again. With that note, we'd like to thank all our brothers and sisters who have joined us for this week, and we'll continue to have this session every week, same time, and we'll now enjoy with some bhajans.
द्वारे पे जो भी आए निधि पाए सिद्धि पाए, द्वारे पे जो भी आए निधि पाए